Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 4. How did we get to Thursday? That happened so fast. It's crazy. I see lots of you are already on. You're all saying hi, greeting each other. I love it. And as you know, this takes a couple seconds for people to start seeing the live show up. So I'm going to wait, but just know that today's day 4, and today we're talking about your new bank balance. I bet you guys really want to hear all about that. So oh my gosh, have you been having fun the last 4 days? Have you been enjoying spending your money? Today, you all got $1 million to invest. I know there's been lots of dreaming. I've been loving looking at the Facebook comments. It has just been mind-blowing, mind-blowing. As we get started, I see, yeah, good. So lots of you are already on. So I wanted to start today. I just want to tell you, I have been having downloads like crazy. Please love me if I go over 30 minutes. Please love me anyway if I get to 45 minutes today, because I am really just trying to contain myself from not bombarding you with every download that I've gotten in the last 24 hours. I'm going to do my best. And if you have to go, promise me you'll watch the replay, because I know we're going to be dropping all kinds of amazing and incredible things. So a couple of things that I want to say is, I want to say a special thank you. I never got a chance to do this yesterday. I was so caught up as I was talking. I never got a chance to say a special thank you to all of those in our family who posted #LifeChanged when I asked, hey, have we changed your life in any way? Have we changed your relationship with money? Like, has it been a great experience to be in our programs? And so many of you in our family, honestly, I was in tears looking back through the comments. One person, a couple of people actually said, wow, that's a lot of people. And what happened when I saw that was I was like, you're right. You're right. Tasha, you are so blessed to have been able to impact so many lives, and for people to stand up publicly and go, you changed my life, was just, my heart overflowed. And I really wanted to take a moment to tell you, thank you for honoring Diane and I, and just the impact that we've had on your life by posting that yesterday. Well, I love all of you. Science of Getting Rich rocks. So #Science of Getting Rich Academy family. You know who you are. We love you. All right. And then those of you that have been posting your evidence, you know why I'm not sleeping at nights? Because I'm spending the whole night reading all of the evidence that's been happening in the challenge. I'm actually saving them under testimonials because, right, you join this challenge and it just seemed like fun and games. And then you're looking at people who money is showing up unexpectedly in crazy ways. Lives are being changed because you're in a 5-day money attraction challenge. I mean, that's crazy, and proves to you, every one of you, whether you've had evidence or not yet, it proves to you that being in a vortex and an energy container is where it's at. Everybody benefits. That's why I try to get as many people in the challenge before we start as possible, because the vibration raises and everyone benefits, right? So thank you for those of you posting comments, and those of you that have been playing full out. You're commenting on other people's posts. You're liking it. You're reading. You're putting your money in there. You're really giving thought to it. You're feeling what it feels like. You're amazing. I love that. I love, love, love people playing full out. And then today we got $1 million to invest. So here's the first thing I want you to type today. Oh, by the way, you're going to need pen and paper. Let me just tell you that. You're going to need pen and paper today. So reach for it. And if you're driving, make sure you watch the replay and you really document the things that I'm saying, right? So if you realized this, I want you to actually type this first thing today. You just got $1 million to invest. I want you to type in acknowledgement, I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. Bob Proctor said in You Were Born Rich that the physical, the $1 million in your hand, in your bank, must be preceded. What comes before that? It must happen in your mind first. It must happen in your thoughts. So that's what you're doing right now. As of today, you are a millionaire. It starts here. You got $1 million to invest. You invested it. You're thinking at that level. I am a millionaire. Look at you guys. I love it. I am a millionaire. Yes, you are. All right. So now let's jump into what I have to share with you guys today. And why should you stay till the end, by the way? Why should you stay till the end today? And why should you watch the replay if you have to go? Couple things, couple exciting things. I have something to share with you about Mark Allen. Those of you that watched the video with the 4 guys the other night, Mark is the one that was like the lazy, laid back, I'm a millionaire, I wanted to do it on my terms. He's the guy, and I have something really special to share with you about Mark. So you want to stay till the end. And why do you want to be here tomorrow? It's day 5. You know, we go through a 4-day challenge. I love that there's so many of you still watching live and still playing full out. I love that. And on day 5, where do you want to be here? I'm going to blow your mind tomorrow with this. This jar is going to blow your mind tomorrow. That is the preview. That's all I can tell you. You want to be here. This is going to be something when I show and explain it to you, you are going to remember for the rest of your life. It is going to change the way you understand deservingness. So are you going to be here tomorrow? Tomorrow, I want you to write Friday 12. Just write Friday 12. I will know what it means that you have made the commitment. You're going to be here tomorrow. Friday at 12. You want to hear about this. All right, let me see if I'm seeing that. I'm a millionaire, still seeing I'm a millionaire. I want to see you guys typing Friday at 12. Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. Friday at 12. Friday at 12. I love it. Awesome. All right, so here we go. I want to talk today about the power of our thoughts in impacting our bank balance. You know, so let me ask you guys, everyone watching, would you agree that our bank balance begins not with the job that we have, not with the business that we have, not with the family that we're from and how much money they have and the education that we have, has nothing. Where does our bank balance begin? Where does our bank balance begin? It begins in our mind. So in this moment, I want you to think about your bank balance. Think about the money that you have in the bank and really just ask yourself, what is my bank balance today reflect about me? What does it reflect about what I believe I deserve? My bank balance, is this what I deserve? Am I cool with this? Is this where I should be? Is this a good reflection of what I believe I deserve financially? Think about that. First, you're going to ask yourself that question, and then you're going to look at your bank balance and go, I don't know that we're a fit. I don't know that this is a, you know, this relationship is equal or equally yoked here, because in my mind, I'm thinking I deserve X, and bank balance, you're showing Y. Don't notice how you can't see my hand anymore? Yeah, because it's like not a match, right? And that's what I want you to become aware of. This is one of those I see moments. Become really aware. Does my bank balance today reflect what I'm thinking in my mind I deserve? What I'm saying every time I type, I deserve, I deserve, I deserve. Does my bank balance, that's really where it's at, right? Does that demonstrate what you're thinking and saying you deserve? So here's a story I want to share with you, real time. Several years ago, how I started on this journey was I had a very successful business, 7 figures. I had 25 employees, 4 locations. I was, oh my God, I had awards. I was written up in the newspaper. I was the local celebrity. Everybody knew me as Tasha, the successful business owner. That was my identity, and I loved it because all my life I wanted success for me was the end all. I'm from a little island called Jamaica where we were raised to work hard and the reward was success. And at that time in my life, I was like, I've made it. You know, 7-figure business overnight, built it from scratch in 4 years, getting awards, getting recognized. The company, I was a franchise business. The company is acknowledging me, this little island girl, as a national franchisee of the year. Wow. And then I failed. Let me tell you the kind of failure, though. Not just like, you know, your little regular failure. I had to file Chapter 11 bankruptcy. I got divorced. I was in and out of the hospital. I had 2 young kids. My baby, I have a picture of my son. I'm holding him and he's crying and I'm looking confused because we don't even know who we are to each other. And all that was tough to swallow. But you know what was the hardest part? When I couldn't look myself in the mirror because I no longer recognized who that person was looking back at me. That to me was the ultimate failure. The Chapter 11 bankruptcy, I mean, look, I'm from the islands. That is like the worst form of failure. It is a major stamp forever. You have failed. The losing the business or giving it away pretty much, no big deal. The kids, that was tough. The divorce, really tough. Nobody goes into marriage wanting to get divorced. But looking at myself in the mirror and feeling just, oh my God, who is that? That was something I never want to experience again. So if you're watching and you've ever been through this, you know, you are just like, how is this my life? This is not what I signed up for. This is not what I think I deserve. I didn't think I would have to struggle for success. I didn't think I would have to, you know, risk it all in a business and still not be able to figure out the money. Oh my gosh, like, I want more money and I'm feeling guilty because I want it. You know, I want to make my family proud. I want to make myself proud. And where is this come? I can't look at myself anymore because like I'm not getting the results that I want. Can you just give me a little thumbs up if that's you so I know you can relate? Let me know you can relate. And so here's where I found myself. And tomorrow I'm going to share with you my defining moment. I'm going to share with you tomorrow the moment that like really had it click for me. And I want you to know that as you're listening today, you are also in your defining moment. Right now, this is a defining moment for you. You just acknowledged all the places that you are internally, and you're going to get to choose what happens next. But one of the things that I realized at the time, and I want you guys to type this. Joe Dispenza has a great quote. He said, "This is not the time for knowing. This is not the time for knowing." We all agreed yesterday, we've read all the books, we watch all the YouTube videos, you're all so smart and well knowledged about how to change your life. You all know what to do, right? It's an overabundance of information out there. And Joe Dispenza said, this is not the time for knowing. We are at a time in history where it's no longer enough to know. It is no longer enough to know. Where we are right now, we need to know how. I know the law of attraction exists. I know I can manifest my dreams. I know I can journal. I know I can affirm. I know I can go to personal development courses. I know till the cows come home. I know so much. I believe in God. I believe in abundance. I know it is possible for me. But we're no longer in a time when knowing is enough. We're at a point in history where it is now about how do I take all of this knowing and apply it to my life? Not just, you know, like how, what do I do? How do I do it? And how do I implement it so that it lasts forever? That's where we are at in history. First, remember the dark ages, we never even knew the law of attraction existed. Like my mom would be like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Is it in the Bible? You know, like our parents and our grandparents didn't even have this knowledge, didn't know about their power to create. And some of them did, but not at the level that we know. We know a lot, don't we? But let's look at our lives and see how all that knowing is changing things. That's what I want you guys to be considering. How, exactly. Now is the time for how. And it's the time, and I'll just add to Joe Dispenza, if I ever get a chance to meet him, I'll apologize then. It's not just a time for how, it's like, I don't even, you know, teach me how, that's great. Teach me the how, but hold me accountable to implementing it. That's what I want, because we can still even know the how. You know how to journal, right? You've been told to journal. You're getting your pen and paper and you're journaling, but we're talking about the right way. And hold me accountable to doing it. That's the next frontier. So I want to share with you today, and remember, join me tomorrow because I'm going to share my defining moment that led to this journal entry. But this is part of what I mean about how. I was listening to all this stuff that said I could change my life. At the time, I just filed bankruptcy. I was divorced. My kids, I was embarrassed. I was ashamed. I had no job, no income. Like, it was the dark night of the soul period for me. I didn't believe I deserved much. In fact, you want to know the truth? This is a sad truth. I believed that I deserved where I was. I believed that I'd filed bankruptcy and I deserved to be suffering financially. I believed that I wasn't present to my husband, that we argued over the business, that I didn't, do the wifely things, and I deserved to be divorced. I believe I wasn't there for my kids and I deserved to have this estranged relationship. I honestly believed all the bad things that was happening, I deserved it. I did. That is the truth. And so what I want you to know is when I got hold of this knowledge at the time, the furthest I could stretch it from that dark place of feeling I deserved all that bad stuff, was I was willing to believe I could deserve. I was willing to just believe that I could deserve this little thing. And I got this little glimpse through a window. And I saw it and I was willing to say, I don't know if it's possible, but I'm willing to believe I deserve it. And I'm going to read to you what I wrote. And I want you to know, every time I read this, I cry. This is 2012. I'm newly divorced. I'm talking about in the room, crying, tears, writing this. I got this journal. You can see it's pretty tattered. And this entire journal is all about how I addressed my fears. And the very first thing I wrote in the journal, I want to show you, it says, my life. That's page 1, as I was going to believe I deserved this new life. And on the first page, there you go, you can see it. I said, I can have money and freedom too, because I didn't believe I could. I didn't believe I deserved that. I believe I needed to work hard for it. That's it. I have to. So I was willing to believe. That's all I wrote. Look, that's it. Can you guys see that page? I can have money and freedom too. That was day 1. Another day I was in the dark spot and I grabbed this journal and I'm going to read to you what I wrote. And you've just met me, but some of you've known me for a while. And just listen to this and tell me if you feel energetically that this is my reality. I am so grateful. Pause. God's like, make sure they get this. Please remember where I was when I wrote this. I didn't write this yesterday when life is great, right? I want you to remember where I was and what I felt I deserved at the time. I'm so grateful for my life and truly honored to learn that all that I believed possible and wished for, I created with my thoughts. Even when they seemed far-fetched, I dreamed anyway, knowing it all starts in my thoughts. Where does your bank balance of the future begin? Here. I love the ease, fun, peacefulness, and laughter of my everyday life. It fills me with gratitude knowing financially I have the physical evidence. I don't just want to know abundance exists. I want the physical evidence. I want my bank balance to reflect what I say I believe. The physical evidence of immense abundance in my life. I live in the house. Oh my God, this is crazy. You all know I just moved into a new house. We're not even we could talk about that for a whole other time. I didn't even realize I wrote this. I didn't remember this till just now. I drive my dream car and it is a beautiful life. I love what I do that brings money to my life. It is the best use of my gifts and talents and comes so naturally and easy to me. I did not have a business or a job at the time. I had no clue if I was going to make banana bread, carrot cake, t-shirts. I didn't know what was going to happen. Here's what I was willing to believe. Right? That it has the best use of my gifts and talents and comes naturally and easily to me. Do you feel like this is easy for me? Do you guys feel that? Because let me just tell you, if you're not, this is my joy. It is my joy to do this work. The best part is all the fun. You've been hearing all our people talk about fun because that was a key ingredient for me. So I wanted it for myself and then I want it for all of you. The best part is all the fun I have doing it. I especially love the passive income part of my business and love the value all the products tied to my business bring to the lives of millions of people all over the world. So we currently have like almost 7,000 of you. Do you realize when I wrote this, I didn't know a single one of you, And you are now here in my world from all over the planet. This is what I want to teach you, the how. This is what you need to be doing. I am constantly smiling and feel so full and happy when I work. And I put that in quotes because I needed to change work, right? I'm constantly smiling and feel so full and happy when I work. I still can't believe that's what I'm doing. How does that feel to you guys? How does that feel? I wrote that at a time when I didn't believe I deserved very much, but I was willing to believe that I could someday deserve it enough to have it. And I am here as your witness that if you know the how, and you go on the journey to transforming what you deserve, and not just saying it and thinking you do, but understanding it deep enough that this becomes your reality. That is what I want you guys to know. So here's what gosh, I have so much to share. And we're going to go into the prosperity plan next. But God gave me the gift of this incredible man that's behind the scenes. I'm going to ask him to come on in a second because it's such a powerful example of this lesson that we've been using all week, right? What do you believe you deserve? If I stopped you on the street last week and I said to you, what do you think you deserve? You'd be like, oh, I deserve the best. I deserve an amazing, financial abundance. I deserve. And you would tell me all you believe you deserve. And what I'm hoping and intending, beyond hope, I'm intending that you've been seeing these last few days is a window into, is it really true? Is it really true? What do you really think you deserve? And I hope I've been challenging you to look and face the reality that you're saying one thing, but your life, your bank balance, the quality of life you experience, your joy, your happiness, your health is showing you a totally different thing. And so this week, I got the blessing of this incredible man. If you've been seeing all this fancy stuff going on today with comments popping up and all that, it's not me. He came into my life a few weeks ago, and when I met him, I was being interviewed by some guys, and he was their production guy. And so if you're seeing all this stuff, and by the way, you do videos, you do Facebook Lives, you don't want to worry about all that stuff. You need to talk to him. He's going to put his name up on the screen in a second. Find him on Facebook, talk to him, because talk about easy and relaxed. Look, I've just been sitting back all day today doing my thing. So in preparation for me being interviewed on the show that he was producing, he went and did some research on me and found a video where I told everyone to write a check. Just like I just told you how to journal, I have this process about this check writing system, which you're going to learn in our program. And so he did the video and wrote a check. And then Tuesday, we had a call with him to ask if he could help us do the production for these Facebook Lives. And he said the most profound thing to me about what he had become aware of with his deservingness since writing that check. And after day 1 or day 2 of this challenge. So Lamont, would you come on and just share really quickly?
So first of all, I just have to say, I feel honored to be backstage watching this because I am like just all smiles. But yeah, I watched on Tuesday. I had wrote myself a $30,000 check, and I thought, oh, I was doing something. I wrote myself a $30,000 check. And then what happened was I watched your show on Tuesday, and I realized I was thinking way too small because I felt like the check that I wrote was specifically for me to pay off my debt. And I did not think that I deserved to write a check for myself that created abundance in life. So after that, it was so cool after that, being able to rip that check up.
Which he did. We have it recorded. We'll probably post that video. We're on video and he's like, so I'm ripping this up right now.
So what I did is I wrote myself $1 million check.
Yes.
So, I believe it, and I dated it, and I signed it, living in abundance. That's the memo to this check. So I want to thank you, Tasha. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you. And what I want you to hear from that story, right, was that even as he was writing himself a $30,000 check, which he was pretty impressed by, right? He'd be like, yeah, I deserve abundance. What he realized after we were in this conversation was, wait a second, I'm still limiting myself to only thinking I deserve just enough to pay off my debts, to pay off my bills. That's really, as much as I'm talking, that's really all I think I deserve. So I hope you guys, I brought him on so you could see what I'm talking about and how deep this is and how you don't even realize. So today I have two incredible guests, and I told you I might go long, so they haven't even come on yet. But they're patiently waiting, and this is going to be amazing. It's going to be well worth it. I just want to have a moment with you right now. I want to ask you if in the last 4 days, what you've experienced in this process, spending the money every day, hearing all I've been sharing with you, would you agree that this has been mind-changing for you? If you have, I want you to write hashtag mind changing. Hashtag mind, not life, because it hasn't changed your life for a long term yet, but has it been mind changing? Have you had ahas and, just crazy things going on? I want to see. Mind changing, mind changing, mind changing. I want to see some of those. So here's the thing. I want you guys to, I love it. Tiffany girl, you all 4 days, you were on it. You were first to comment for everything. I love it. Mind changing. Let me know that this has been mind changing for you. I would really love to know that. And if we've been doing this for 5 days and we're only on day 4, halfway through day 4, so it's 3.5 days, and you think it's been mind changing, I want you to begin to consider what 120 days of being in this vibration, being in this energy, being taught the how, what that might do for your life long term. If you could have this vortex energy, if you could have me and Diane in your life, not once a week, every single day, as you've been experiencing, every single day for 120 days, if you had me in your life for 120 days, what becomes possible for you? Just start to think about that, right? And as you're considering that, I want to have, can I be honest with you guys? I need your permission for this. One of the things that I'm really proud of about myself is I'm willing to I always challenge myself to be authentic and true to me, most of all, but to all of you. So can I, would it be okay for me to be really honest with you right now? If it's okay, can you just type yes? Let me know. Tiffany, you're on it. I love it. Listen, guys, you heard what I read. I changed my life. I changed my life from that woman who sat in the room every day and cried, dropped my kids off to school, and spent the next 5 to 6 hours in fear till I picked them up again every single day of my life. And I changed from that person to this woman that you see here in front of you today, complete 360-degree transformation, because I figured it out and then I applied it and I lived it. My purpose is to find the people who God intended for me to show how to do this for themselves. That is why I'm here. It is very clear to me. God gave me the blessing of having it happen in my life. And now my direction, my purpose, show the people who are ready for this how to do it. And I'm really cool about that. So you probably been wondering, why would I do a 5-day challenge? Why would I put all this energy out? Why would I share so much with you? You can see behind the scenes, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot. Hard work? No. It's a lot of commitment. Let's just say that. And so why would I do it? I want to share with you generously everything that I can possibly share with you in 5 days. And I hope that it inspires you and it changes your mind. And this is the way that I am able to get myself in front of the people that have been assigned for me to show them how. For me and Diane to be in your lives for the next 120 days. This is just the way that I can get myself in front of you. You live all over the world. I live in Florida. So this way, in this challenge, we get to meet. From here, though, you get to decide. I've showed up. I did everything I needed to do. I've been giving you from my heart, and I've shown up for you. In order for me to now change your life, let's just keep it real. It is going to require an energy exchange. That energy exchange is both your time and your financial investment. I'm not going to go into that. That's just the truth. If I met you on the road and I show you how to do this for free, you wouldn't value it. You wouldn't invest the time. You wouldn't do all the things I'm going to tell you. No matter if I tell you it's going to change your life, you're just not going to do it. You know, in order to get what I have to share, you need to be committed to invest your time, and financially you need to be willing to invest, right? So really from here, this is going to be your call. What happens next is going to be your call. I'm just showing up and I'm giving you the invitation to have me show you how to change your life. And so many of you have been posting and you've been saying, "Oh my goodness, I don't get the emails. I don't get the Facebook Messenger. I don't know how to get some time to talk to you, Tasha. I don't know how to do it." So I'm going to share with you right now. If you're not on any list, you're not getting the emails, you're not getting anything, I want you to go to helpmegetrich.com. Helpmegetrich.com. And let me be honest with you, we are booked solid. We had a conversation this morning as a team and we were like, we're going to have to open up some more slots because we are booked solid. I want you, though, to give yourself the criteria of, am I ready to change my life? Only you know. Only you know. If that's you, go ahead, helpmegetrich.com. Let's talk. All right? Okay. So now for the guests. Oh my gosh, 30 minutes. I promise we're going to wrap this up really fast. But thank you for allowing me to share everything that I wanted to share today from my heart. And I really do have so much more. I'm going to save some for tomorrow. But thank you for being here and being present and being engaged and typing and doing all that stuff. Have you been loving this energy? Have you been loving being in this vortex with each other? I surely hope you have, because I know I have. It's been pure joy for me. And now I want to introduce you to this woman. Her name is Teresa. Teresa did this challenge just like you last year this time. She did this challenge, came into our world watching just like you're watching. And at the end, she, said, there she is, everybody say hi. She said, I need to change some things. I really need to know how to do this. Now, Teresa is incredibly spiritual. And actually, I want you guys to follow her on Facebook. Those of you that know anything about A Course in Miracles, right? If you know about A Course in Miracles, you know. Life and mind changing. And Teresa has studied A Course in Miracles. She changed her whole life. She went from ending suffering to finding happiness by living the principles of A Course in Miracles. And she now teaches people how they can use the Course in Miracles and the principles in A Course in Miracles to change your life. So you just want to be her friend on Facebook. She does a lot of Facebook Lives and shares, and she has coaching programs and all kinds of fun things. If you could put her website on, Herein Lies the Peace of God. Herein Lies the Peace of God. For those of you that are like, Course in Miracles, I want to know more. That's where you can find Teresa. So Teresa joined the program last year, and I thought I would have her on to share a few things. Teresa, can you remember last year watching in the challenge? Kind of like what was going on for you as you're watching this woman? You're like, what is she talking about?
I remember it like it was yesterday, Tasha. You changed my life this year. You totally changed my life this year.
And so what we're going to do is after we hear from Teresa, I'm going to show you, right? The whole point of today is how to get the bank balance that you want. And I'm going to show you exactly what Teresa used to do that. Actually, she used it to reduce her debt. So Teresa, at the time you're watching the challenge, you joined. Can you remember like the feeling of, I'm going to have to invest in myself, and I've never done that in my life?
Yeah, actually that came later. What I discovered while I was doing the challenge was I was looking for evidence every day, and I was finding some small evidence like some coins on the ground or whatever. And then on one particular day, I sold something on Facebook Marketplace. People were fighting over it, and it was something that had been sitting in my yard for a year that I thought was trash. And I received an unexpected check in the mail for over $1,000. And on that day, I was so excited. It exhausted me. Like I maxed out my level of ability to receive. And I went to bed just so tired. And I realized that I was only able to receive a limited amount. I only thought I deserved that much. And more than that I couldn't even fathom what it would be like. So, so I wanted to sign up with you guys so that I could expand my ability to receive more. And my big goal in signing up was, at that time, I had $25,000 in credit card debt. And I had no idea how I could pay it off. I wasn't working. I had an eBay store, which had intermittent income. And my husband was working full time, but he was about to retire. So we knew his income was going to go down, and I didn't know how I was going to pay that debt off, and I really wanted to. So, so when I did my call with you, I decided to take what for me seemed like a really big risk. I had in the past invested in some things that I thought might pay off for me, and they didn't pan out. And I realized that I had always kind of come from a place of fear. Like I wanted the money, but I didn't really believe it was gonna work out. And then it didn't work out, of course, because that was my belief. So so I was very, very excited about doing the program with you and Diane. But at the same time, I was nervous because it seemed kind of risky, because I had to charge the cost of the program on top of the $25,000 worth of debt that I had.
Right.
So during the course of the year, actually it was less than a year, over the next few months, I had some really exciting and amazing gifts, and we refinanced our house and really lowered our mortgage payments. And I was able to go to a yoga retreat that I wanted to go to, and it was all paid for. Like these fun things kept happening, but I kept thinking, where's my $25,000? Where is it? How is it coming to me? And I started to see that I was so focused on the negative, on the lack of the money, instead of on the positive and all the abundance that was in my life, that was what was hanging me up. I was blocking myself from receiving because I kept thinking, I need that money. Where's that money? Why isn't it showing up?
Right.
And so I was able to shift my mindset to, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to have complete faith and just focus on all the blessings. And within 8 months of when I signed up with you guys, I got a letter on. So that was the first time I did the Money Attraction Challenge. I did it again a second time last April. And on the first day of the second Money Attraction Challenge, I got a letter in the mail from I had a career for 20 years and I had quit working to stay home with my kids. And I had been trying for over a year to try to get some information about retirement benefits. How much would I get? When would it start? And there was this big, huge glitch with the government, and I just wasn't making any headway. On the first day of the Money Attraction Challenge last spring, this letter came in the mail, and it said, we're processing your retirement. It's going to start on June the 1st. But by the way, you should have gotten money for the last 2 years, and we owe you this back pay. And they sent me $30,000.
Wow. Oh my gosh. And so there's so much in that story. And I'm sorry, I keep looking at the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, the time. There's so much in that story. The takeaways that I want you guys watching to hear is Teresa took the leap of faith, right? She was already in debt and worried about it, took the leap of faith, invested in herself in a significant way with belief, because that's one of the things that I do when I'm talking to you guys. It's going to be with I'm going to absolutely have you believing, with belief, and she was able to pay off her debt. So it's just amazing to me what happens when you're in the space and you're in this container and you're being guided. And like she said, she in the program, she realized, wait a second, I'm working against myself. I want this money, but I'm still in lack. And that's the thing. You don't know what you don't know. You don't know what you're doing, right? And so you need somebody to show you, or you need to be in a space where you can see it. So Teresa, mwah, thank you, thank you, thank you. And now I want to run to the prosperity plan, Lamont. If you could help me put that up, that would be great. Let's do this. Your new bank balance. So I want you guys to look at, this is what I call your prosperity plan. And this is how I do not operate from a budget, because the moment you tell me budget, I go into, that's all the money I have, and therefore this is all I can spend, and this is all I can do. And then life just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks based on the budget. So what I realized back when I was in my fear was I was living in all this financial limitation, and I needed to shift myself out of it into what was possible. And I created back then a prosperity plan. Those of you, by the way, that join, when we do the invitation and we do the calls and you join our program, I'm going to send you, all of you that join, a PDF of this document, nice and fancy, because you need to have a pretty version of this up in your wealth area, in your office. This I'm going to show you is thebomb.com. All right. You can just write the categories today while we're on the call, but that's going to be one of my gifts for you guys that join us. So the first thing is, the first box you see, it says my current balances. That is, you know, what do you do when you do a budget? You look at all your credit cards and your mortgage, and you like fill in your little Excel spreadsheet, and you're like, this is how much I owe on my credit card, this is how much I have left on my mortgage, and then you get depressed, right? You look at the appearance, you look at what you call reality, and it's overwhelming. Well, that doesn't serve you. So here's what I did. I created a prosperity plan, and I filled in that with, this is what I would like my balances to be. Now, everybody's going to go, oh, that's easy, Tasha. I'm just going to write all my credit cards on my mortgage and write zero. Well, you can do that. That's absolutely great. But I want you to go from a place of what you can believe. Because if you write zero and you don't believe it, you're just working against yourself. So the first category is my current balances. Let's say 12 months from now, what do you want those balances to be? Not what they are today, but what do you want them to be? So you're going to list all of your balances. Notice I don't use the word debt, because that just reinforces that. So what do you want your balances to be? Now, on the next box, you see it says money for a plan, or money for a purpose. And what I want you to put in this category when you do your prosperity plan is, what do you want your bank balance to be? Have you ever thought about that? Probably not. What you do is you open your bank account online and you're like, that's my bank balance. Doesn't make me feel great. Ugh, that's it. That's all I have. Is there enough? And you go into that lack mentality. Are you realizing what's going on? So in your prosperity plan, what do you want your bank balance to be? Remember, it starts in your mind. So in this moment, I want you to create your new bank balance. What do you want it to be? Because I did this, I recently manifested a number that I thought, I put this number down in my prosperity plan, and I said, I'm going to make it so ridiculous that there's no reason why I should have this much in cash. Like, if you have this much money, it should be invested. And I needed it to be that ridiculous to prove to myself that I could do this. And this summer, I manifested it. Not because I had a 5-point plan, a big strategy, a big anything, because I wrote it down and I was willing to believe it. This is the way we operate in our program. If you like this, I'm telling you, this is where it's at. This is easy and relaxed right here. So, and I'm going to go a lot more into what's behind how you make yourself believe this when you're in the program. I'm just sharing this with you today so you can get started. All right. So money for a purpose. What are some other things you want to give money the purpose of doing? I wanted to give money the purpose of allowing me to have a big down payment on a new house. So I put that. Money, this is what I need you to do for me. Money, I need you to take care of my daughter's law school. My daughter wanted to go to law school, and I was like, that is like mortgage money. That's a lot of money. I don't know how that's going to happen, but money, that's your job. Figure it out. And I put it down. Well, I'm going to tell you the magic of what happens. I wrote it down. I gave money that job. I did not need to create the money. My daughter got a full ride. She got 5 scholarships to different top 50 law schools. I mean, she's smart and God bless her. She did it on her own merit. But truthfully, my desire was that I would have the money that she could go to any school she wanted. And the universe took care of it by her getting a scholarship. So if you ask me, I really manifested her getting a scholarship, right? So what are some of the things that you want money to do for you? And then I want you to think about your investments. Now, for many of us, we're not really thrilled usually about how much we have invested at the moment. That's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. What do you want your investments to be 12 months from now? 12 months from now, what do you want to see in your investment accounts? Make it up. Dream. And you're going to put those under there. Do you want real estate investments? Do you want to own some stock that's valued at this? Do you want a long-term retirement account? What do you want? Put it under investments. And then the last category, and I'm going to have an amazing guest to share with you, is fun. Give money some fun. If money were a lover, money would walk out on a lot of us right now, because all we want money for is to pay bills, which is some low energy vibration. If a man came into my life and all I was like, you're never around, there's never enough of you, you are just, oh my God, you're not supplying my needs. I mean, the bills need to be paid. Do you think he's going to stick around with my energy being like that? And that's the need I have of him? No. So think of money as a lover. Like, be grateful and excited, but give it the purpose of fun in your life. Money doesn't want to be just boring and pay your bills. It wants to know, how can it help you have fun? And so I have an amazing guest to share, because I know these things sound so conceptual, right? And oh, by the way, the last little box was a money affirmation, which when we're in the program, we'll talk about how to help you frame that. But my last guest, thanks, Lamont. My last guest is Carla. And so if you could bring Carla up.
Hey.
Here. Her Jamaican accent's going to come out now, totally. Carla is, oh my God, I met Carla at an event that I was speaking at in Jamaica, and she got up to make a comment in the audience, and she opened her mouth and talked about being grateful for her light bill. And I was like, I need that woman in my life. That's my kind of girl. So Carla and I met a couple years ago, and we became friends first. And she, saw what we were doing. She joined our program. She's done every program that we have. She is such an advocate for our work. She is herself a coach. She's a holistic coach, and she specializes in the mind, right? So she's also writing a book. I think it's called Real Simple, Carla?
Simply Real.
Simply Real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Living our life in an easy and relaxed way.
Living your life in an easy, I love that. Living your life in an easy and relaxed way. And what I love about Carla is that the book is going to include some journal prompts. So carlahenry.com, follow her on Facebook, find her on the website. She is all things amazing. So the story I wanted Carla to share with you today was a few years ago. I was visiting Jamaica, and she comes over to visit because we have to have that happen every time I go. And she's like, in her Jamaican accent, Tasha, I'm pissed off at money. I'm working too hard for this money, and there's no fun to show for it. Like, really thick Jamaican accent. I'm doing the best so everybody can understand right now. Needless to say, she was angry. And so we had a conversation, because it's exactly what I'm talking to you about. So many of you are working so hard for your money, and you have the money coming in, but really no fun in your life to show for it, right? So Carla, can you share what happened that day?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me, Tasha. And Tasha and Dan are like my sisters, my other sisters that I have, because without them, I would not be where I am. And that's the first thing I need to say, because they've really held me accountable. And we have had boo-hoos, we have had cussing, we have had all these kind of things. And she just shines that mirror, puts that mirror in front of me to get me going. So this was a Christmas a couple of years ago, and it was coming up to my 50th birthday. And I said to her, I am working too hard. Yes, the money is coming in. That's not the issue. But I find that it's just this efforting. I'm just efforting. And then when the money comes in, it's not coming in a nice flow. So I can pay this here, I can pay that here, and it's just not working out for me. So we sat down, and I think I even cried. because I was just so tired of it, tired of this hard work. And you know me and that hard. Anything that appears hard, I just of least resistance. Anyway, the only thing Tasha told me to do was to go and open a fun account and put any amount of money in there. But what it really was is that I was going to purpose money. A lot of us, when we have money or we are desiring money, we don't purpose money. We are so great at purposing that rainy day money, which I cannot stand. And I will tell you all why I don't like it, because it is a negative. And every time we purpose anything that's negative and has a negative energy to it, it's going to come, regardless of what you think. Right? So I'd rather purpose my money for fun. And if something pops up, then I can deal with it, thank money, and also be grateful in that moment and say, okay, you're going to come back to me 3 times over now that I've had to spend you on this thing that has popped up. But the thing is, the part about being, I'm going away, you know, I can speak fast, but let me go back a little bit. I went immediately as she told me, and this was a Sunday. I went Monday and I had this account that was kind of dormant, and I activated the account and I intended it as my fun account. Now the following year I was turning 50 and I knew I wanted to take a first class trip to Europe, all expenses paid, and I penciled out what that was going to cost. And what I did, because knowing Tasha, I cannot get married to the how it's going to happen because it would drive me crazy. But what I did, the action that I took was, first of all, I had to get my mind right. So the fun account became this thing that I just put money in and it was fun. Any amount of money that came my way, I put it in this account. It didn't matter what the amount, it wasn't no specific amount, whatever it was. Sometimes it was $1,000 Jamaican. I'm going to speak Jamaican, so let me speak in US. $10 US, maybe $5 US, maybe $20 US, whatever came, I put it in this account. And lo and behold, 8 months later, I had more than that money that I needed. And let me tell you what a big part of this journey is. You have to be open to how money is going to come to you. We all think it's going to come to us in cash. We all think it's going to come to us in a check or something, or a job. Yes. How this money came to me and how my first class experience came to me, it was a gift. I went to the travel agent and the travel agent said, somebody upgraded your entire trip to first class to Europe for 3 weeks. That's how money comes to you. That's how the universe works. It does not necessarily work as physical cash in your hand. Just like what Teresa said, she didn't even know this check was coming. And I'll be honest, I haven't really been in the challenge fully this week, but on Monday, I got a phone call of unexpected income from 2018 is coming to me. And I was just like, oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. God, you're so good, because I journal this stuff. I'm a journal queen like Tasha. I journal. So therefore, I had to get to the point of feeling so deserving. And ever since that I manifested this money for that trip, everything as from then has been about what I deserve. I'm not afraid to say, what is it that I deserve? If you don't want to do it, next. God has something better for me coming along. So that's how it has worked for me. And Tasha and Dan have been so instrumental on this journey. Even Dan will pull me aside and say, okay, I needed to do this. I know Tasha hasn't reached there yet with you, but I needed to start doing this. Remember the profit account? All of these things. When we were in London and she said, please go and deal with that. I've done that. And when things have shown up, and you're just like, oh God, it's like I was planning for this. I was planting the seed for that. But it really starts from you believing, changing your mindset, and getting hooked up with coaches, and specifically Tasha and Dan, to keep you accountable. That's been the biggest thing, because we can, every day, it's just like you starting a diet. And you say, oh, Monday I'm going to start my diet. And because you have told no one, you don't feel that you have to start it on Monday again when Monday rolls around. Having you guys has been, has been like a dream. I have pulled on you, called on you, cried with you. And also with this, once you have set the fun account, it's such an energy that it transfers into other aspects of your life. So, and I want to say that it's not just about, if you're finding it really difficult to get this strong belief around money, then find something else that you can have such a strong, positive belief around, and focus on that, and money will come in, because it's just an energy. It's just an energy. And if you keep the energy of happiness high and above and having a great time with it, you will watch other areas of your life transform. And she knows I can speak about this because I've manifested my dream man. I've manifested my second employee into my business that's growing. I've manifested new partners to form just by opening my mouth and believing that I deserve it. I open my mouth for stuff. And that's really what I can tell you has been going on in my life. I don't share a lot because I'm not really on Facebook, and that's going to change sometime in the future. However, that's really what goes on in my life. And so
Oh my God.
I love you guys. The investment, I never had it to invest, but I believed in the possibility of what could happen for my life. And that's what happened for me. I got stretched.
Oh my God. All right, Kat, it's a lot. Kat, I love you. And Teresa, I love you. I'm so grateful to you guys for being on. What I want you guys watching to know, we're not short of testimonials. Believe me, we could do a 5-day telethon all day, and you just have people whose lives, this is their story. But what I want you to be thinking about is, what are you going to be on here saying the next challenge? Those of you that are thinking about coming into our family and our program, what are you going to be on here having my mouth drop wide open because you're saying, So I want you to know 2 things. The bonus that you're going to get, those of you that join our family in these next couple of days, Lamont, if you could put that back up, Help Me Get Rich. We opened up more appointments. Help Me Get Rich is going to be a masterclass with Mark Allen. So Lamont, can you play that little clip so they can see what we came up with?
I could take us through the core belief process. This is an essential thing, and that's where I came up with, I am sensible and in control of my finances. I'm creating total financial success in an easy and relaxed manner, a healthy and positive way.
Okay, I realized maybe you guys were hearing it. I wasn't. So helpmegetrich.com. You're going to get an incredible core beliefs masterclass with Mark Allen. That's my birthday gift to those of you that continue this journey and join our family. It was incredible to hear from him. Helpmegetrich.com is how you get a time to see if we can give you the breakthrough that you're looking for financially, right? We have to talk so we can figure that out. And you're also going to get that prosperity plan that we just did. You're going to get the PDF so you can print that and have it beautifully showcased in your money area of your house or your office, wherever you guys need. All right, so that's it for today. Oh my gosh, you guys, did I not give? I think I overgave today. It's an hour that we've been on. But hopefully you loved it. And if you didn't get to stay, you can watch the replay. Those of you watching the replay, hopefully you got to enjoy that. So tomorrow, 12 o'clock, this jar, this empty jar, this jar right here is going to blow your mind. 12 o'clock, I'll see you guys right here on Facebook Live tomorrow. It's day 5. We're going to end with that. But for today, I am a millionaire. Hashtag I invested $1 million. I am a millionaire. Mwah! I love you guys. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow at 12.